Yes, yes, yes. We starting this one off the right way.
Rolling the backwood.
We starting this one off with some energy.
Turn up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Ugly Money Podcast. And I got a guy in this chair right here that I've been trying to get in this chair for quite some time. An industry staple. A grinder of all grinders. Matter of fact, he might be the grandfather of grind.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a man that needs no introduction if you've been grinding and ever in your life. Show your love for Kingpin!
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Listen, thank you for the amazing introduction.
Yes, sir.
Funny shit is, right, the other day, it was Halloween, and I dressed up like a minion, and I went trick-or-treating with my kids. And one of the other little kids, when we was out trick-or-treating, said, "Look, Mom, it's a Grandpa Minion." And I wanted to kick his little ass, didn't. I just chuckled. It's the beard, man. Everybody remembers the beard, man. You know, I didn't invent the grind, but I think I've mastered it.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Now, going back, what was Kingpin doing before he was doing hip-hop marketing?
When Kingpin was running the Square World, I had a job. I was working at a warehouse. I did fire sprinklers. I got out of prison. I got a job. All right. So one of the first jobs I've had since my whole going to prison debacle, everything else, was I worked at a grocery store.
Talking to the mic for us.
I used to work at this grocery store called Consumer Meats, man. Shout out to Lenny.
Okay, shout out Lenny.
Yeah. So that led me to befriend one of my cellmates that worked at a fire sprinkler company. So shout out to them. Shout out to Wigginton Fire Sprinklers, one of the people that gave me my first real career jobs, if you will. And that shit didn't work out. So I was living in Tampa when the shit didn't go down. I hurt myself on the job. One thing led to another. I was out of a job. And then I got a job at a military recycling plant right in Tampa as a temp laborer. And then 9/11 happened. And then I got laid off the next day. And then I got a job at a warehouse, and it was like, you know what, man, this shit really isn't what it's supposed to be. And in the midst of all of that, I met some people that had a recording studio, and one thing led to another. I ended up going to the studio and got bit by the bug.
The bug.
The bug. So I didn't want to rap, you know what I mean? I've never been that bold.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure I did when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Like everybody, I picked up, kicked the freestyle, whatever the fuck. I thought I was, Run DMC back in the day. Shout out to them guys. It wasn't 1,000 rappers. When I was coming up, when I was a kid, it was only like maybe 10 rappers. And you had to pick one of them 10, and that was your favorite. You know what I'm saying? It may have been some underground shit, but it was local shit. It was people that made rap music for themselves. So not to ramble on, opportunity, man. Opportunity led me to the music industry. It was something that I've always wanted to do when I was in the chain gang. One of my bunkies, his name was Zay. He used to sit in there. He used to rap. He used to tell me how he was going to be this big rap star, and I wanted to own a club.
Yeah.
And I was going to book him. And that was our thing. You're going to get out. You're going to start rapping. And when I get this club right, I'm going to build this empire.
There it is.
And you're going to come rock this bitch. And I talked to him maybe a couple years ago on Facebook. He's still out there trying to get it in. Like most guys not giving up the dream. He's pursuing it. So shout out to everybody that's waking up today to try to make it happen, man. Shout out to you guys.
Shouts out to all the people that's still in it.
Straight up. I listen, shout out to Bigger Rankin, right? I joke with Bigga all the time. Everybody, when me and Bigga started doing business together, everybody that was doing business together at that time no longer does business together.
Wow.
So, I've outlived a lot of people in the music industry in dog years, if you will. Me and Bigga's working relationship has, man. That's because we've always remained loyal to each other.
No, facts.
We took losses with each other. We won with each other, and he's always got my back, and I always have his to the bust out, man. So shout out to Bigger Rankin.
Shouts out Bigger Rankin. You already know.
Can I fire this up?
Man, hey, man.
Am I allowed to smoke on camera?
Look, man, smoke whatever you want to smoke. Just don't smoke no mid, and we good.
No mids, no cigarettes. Biscotti. I was explaining something about something strawberry, something. I don't know.
So you're a foodie.
Mm-hmm.
You travel all over the world. If you propose that,
I'm fat like that, bro. Have you seen how
fat
I am?
What is Kingpin's top 3 restaurants in the country?
That's a lot of pressure, bro.
I know. I thought about these questions.
All right. There's a restaurant chain that is called Yoke. Right? There's one in There's one in Texas, Indianapolis, a couple different spots. It's a breakfast spot. 9 times out of 10, you guys are going to see me posting an exaggerated breakfast.
Okay.
Because I love to start the day kicking ass.
Exactly.
Right? So I love a big breakfast. So Yoke, any one of the 5 spots in America, go to there, pig out. Lolo's Chicken and Waffles. Lolo's Chicken and Waffles in Dallas, Fort Worth. They got one in Phoenix, and they got one in Las Vegas. Listen, them waffles so good make you want to slap your mama.
Come on.
Yeah.
Gotta go to Lolo's.
You gotta go to Lolo's. And I don't know, bro. I kind of grew up eating a lot of different shit. You know what I mean? So to give you just 3 would be like to cheat everything out of my childhood. But I think we're talking about things that I've eaten at or places that we've gone. So the third place, it was a place that was here in Atlanta. They're now closed down. There was a place called Illegal Foods. And it was some of the most amazing. It was literally the time I got like a 90-ounce steak. It was the size of a Thanksgiving turkey. It was fucking ridiculous.
What's it called?
It was called Illegal Foods.
And where is it at?
It was off of in Little 5 Points in that area, but they since closed down.
Oh man,
I think the chef went to jail or some shit like that. Like, yeah, there was real renegade, man, but their food was fucking phenomenal. You know what? Scratch that. My third favorite restaurant is here in the city of Atlanta, which should be my first favorite restaurant. And if y'all follow my page, y'all already know Atlanta Breakfast Club. Yeah,
the chicken and waffles.
The chicken and waffles.
They different.
The biscuits and gravy. If you go there and you know the chef, and he's there on the job, and you look at him and he gives you that look, and you just nod, and he gives you the nod back, that means they got the lobster. Yeah, you get the lobster with the shrimp and grits and the waffles and shit for breakfast, the real obnoxious, but you got to know somebody. It's not on the menu.
There it is. It is.
So Atlanta Breakfast Club, number 1. Number 2, any of the 5 Yoke spots. And damn, everything is breakfast, man.
You a breakfast eating kind of guy.
I'm a breakfast eating motherfucker, man.
Yes, sir.
I could eat breakfast all hours of the day, man. I don't know. Can I get back to you on the third one?
You good.
America, Atlanta Breakfast Club, number 1, though, by far.
Because we got some things that we need to talk about, some things that we discuss now. I've been a hip hop artist myself, and when I stepped in the game and started taking it serious, you were there. And everywhere where hip hop was at, Kingpin was there. So obviously, naturally, I had to realize or figure out who the hell is this guy that's always at the spots that I'm at, and he's always there before me.
Right.
And when I'm leaving, he's still there.
Right.
So give me the story, if there is one, about your first job in the hip hop industry and how you landed it.
My first job in the hip hop industry. All right. Well, I mean, I told you I got bit by the bug, but the first job that I ever had. I was working a square job, and I woke up one day and there were these guys in Tampa named Drag Boy Records. Shout out to Lord Drag. They had an amazing campaign, and if you look on anybody who recorded any music in Florida, remember when the albums, they had the little booklets?
Yeah.
And all the credits, anybody who put an album out in Florida, for some odd reason, they always thanked these guys, Drag Boy Records. And these guys were villains. These guys pride themselves on being black vampires.
Let's get it.
All right, so they real ruthless, real treacherous guys. So I found out where their studio was, and I went into the heart of Sulphur Springs, Tampa, Florida, and I went in my work uniform with my laptop strapped on their back, and I went and banged on their door, thunk, 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 and Buddy opened the door and be like, "What the fuck do you want?" And I'm like, "Bro, who do I need to talk to?" Talk to for what? I said, "I'm here to work for free." So they slammed the door in my face. Thunk, 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 thunk. Another dude came to the door. "Hey man, who do I need to talk to, bro? I'm here to work for free." Slammed, and I, dun, 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 dun. Finally, they came to the door. This time they came to the door with a pistol. "Come inside, bro. You've been banging on the door so much, we're gonna give you what you want."
There it is.
We went in the back, and I ended up talking to the guys. I ended up talking to Blade. It was a guy named Lord Drag. And I had met this guy maybe 10 minutes. He shoves this camera in my hand and tells me, "All right, we're going to be at the club on Sunday. I'll see you Sunday." So I was like, okay, so now I'm a cameraman. So shout out to Tom G, man. Shout out to Lord Drag. Shout out to all those guys, man, in Tampa that I was there to help at the beginning of their careers while I was still trying to find my way, and those guys were already flourishing and being the hottest in their city. I was able to, I shot Tom G's first documentary.
Wow. Shout out to Tom G.
So yeah, I remember that when the twins were in a stroller. So I mean, it's always, I credit my work ethic to my father more than anything, because my father was he was a party animal. He was, no matter how drunk he got, no matter how fucked up he got up in the morning and went to work.
Yeah.
5 o'clock every day. So when I was in the chain gang, it was the same thing. You had to wake up every day and go outside and do PT. You had to do calisthenics every morning, because I was at the extended day program. So it's nothing for me to wake up. I go to bed ready to wake up. I like waking up in the morning when nobody is working. I like to be the one to get a 4-hour head start on everybody.
I go to bed ready to wake up.
Yeah. On God.
That's I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, I go to bed ready to wake up because at the end of the day, I wake up with a purpose. I learned that I learned this in prison, and me and my wife have this conversation all the time. That if you wake up every day and you want something to be upset about, you go find it. If you wake up every day like, man, fuck, I don't want to do this shit, you're not going to want to do it. Ultimately, you're going to talk yourself out of doing it. You're going to trick yourself out of it. So, what we're talking about is, how people feel. And how you feel is the brokest place in the world.
Come on.
So, if you can get past your feelings, then what you want is on the other side of comfort. If you can get past being comfortable and I want to feel special and I want to feel celebrated and I want to feel wanted, if you can get past all of that, success is on the other side of all of that. Because, in order to achieve all of those things that you want, you first must become successful. And people want the sizzle without the steak. You know what I mean? They just want to go straight to it. And unfortunately, the world isn't set up that way. And the music business, for motherfucking sure, gives zero fucks about the stripes you've earned, how much money you got, who you killed, who you know. They zero. It's not about that.
Facts.
It's never been about that.
Facts. Now, you've had a long career and it's still going. What are some keys to longevity to remain in this game? It's a very volatile business at times.
The only time that I've changed my phone number in the last 20 years was recently when I went through a breakup and the other number got disconnected. That's the only time I've ever had to change my phone number. I've told people where I'm going to be at 3 months ahead of time. When I leave the house, I show everybody where I'm wearing. I tell everybody what I'm going to be. I'll give them directions to the club. They could geotag the post and pull up. I'm going to show them who I'm with. And I'm going to stand right dead in the middle of any room that I walk in with the loudest, most obnoxious shirt because I want you to recognize me because I have something to say.
There it is.
So, my key to longevity, if you have to hide, you shouldn't be doing it. If you can't go out here and freely move amongst the DJs and you can't get out here and you can't, move the way you have to so that your clients benefit from it, because it's got nothing to do with me. You always see me moving around with different artists and with different campaigns and with different movements and facilitating different things. And I don't, the name on the front of the jersey is always more important than the name on the back of the jersey.
Respect.
I just want to win. I want to win at all costs. And I want to win with the people that I've taken losses with more than anything in the world. In order to achieve that, you have to be willing to sacrifice. So, the applause and the recognition and all that shit, stop fucking whining. Show up to work. Nobody gives a fuck. Do more.
Very simple. Do more.
Do more.
Work.
Nobody cares. If you got kids and you wake up every day and you tell your kids to be the best person they could be, and then you go and you pay somebody for 1 million fake streams, you a bitch.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is.
How could you ever look somebody that you love in the face and tell them that they have to wake up every day and work hard for what they want, but you willing to pay for it? And then you willing to pay for something that you don't even know if it benefits you. Attention does not equal retention. Just because somebody looking at you doesn't mean that they're going to stare, doesn't mean they're going to observe, doesn't mean they're going to study, doesn't mean they're going to jump on board. And the sooner you understand is that a lot of motherfuckers, they want people to come look at them, but they don't have nothing to look at. Like, okay, bitch, it was cool. What else you got? With these motherfuckers over here, they got something else. You don't have nothing else. So I'm going to go over here with these motherfuckers that got something else. And the quicker people understand that, the only way to reach more people is to be consistent. The only way to get more playing time is to be consistent when you're on the court. When you're on the court, you're making plays for your team. You're scoring buckets. You're getting the ball back. You do that consistently, and then you're going to consistently get more playing time. The more playing time you get, the better you get. It takes 15 years to become a rookie sensation.
Come on.
That shit don't happen in 16 games. That shit happened 15 years, waking up, going to Little League practice. And wake up every day carrying the football, carrying the basketball. I wake up every day going to study with motherfuckers outside. A motherfucker that wanted to be a brain surgeon, that shit just didn't happen. They didn't wake up one day and watch an Instagram video or a YouTube tutorial on how to perform brain surgery and walk to the Sierra Sinai like, yeah, bitch, I got it. It doesn't happen that way. So why people expect for it to happen that way in the entertainment world is baffling. And it's because of the one in the millions. People see Cardi B and they be like, oh, I can do that too. No, you can't. You know what I mean? Cardi B is special. You know what I mean? Lil Uzi Vert is special. Soulja Boy is special. Gaten is special. Ugly Money Nietzsche is special. No, you motherfuckers cannot do it like this. And if you could do it like this, then you would have.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't see. They just see the trophies. They don't see what the person had to go through to get to where they get to. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that blows up overnight's been there for years trying to make it happen and break through. And you know, that's the part that people don't see. They
because
just see,
nobody cares. They see it, but it's not my job to get you to practice. It's not my job to emotionally will you to want to show up and learn. It's my job as a fan to pay tickets, pay for hot dogs, pay for parking, buy jerseys, that's my job as a fan. You gotta win in order for me to become a fan. If you're not winning, what the fuck are we celebrating? And that's what most people fail to realize is that your fan base, that's your army. Those are the people that are about your movement. They're about what you about. They like what you got going on. They like what you selling. They picking up what you putting down. You have to have an army before you can go to war. Y'all motherfuckers want to drop a song and bitch, I'm finna go platinum tonight, today, as a matter of fact. Get the little Chinaman on the phone and listen. I know I shouldn't be saying all this shit. There ain't even no liquor involved, and I shouldn't be saying this shit, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You motherfuckers that got Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Chicago, I know what you did last summer, bitch. Stop paying for attention and start paying attention.
ladies and gentlemen, Kingpin is on the hot seat tonight, man. Hey, man. Let's talk Bigger Rankin.
The OG.
OG Bigger Rankin.
The mogul.
Facts.
The motivator.
The legend.
The businessman. The booking agent. The promoter. The father, the grandfather, now the new husband.
Come on.
The mentor, the man wears many hats, man, and it's been a blessing and a privilege of my career to be able to work with Bigga. See, that's one of the added advantages that I have. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you all this other shit. One of my claim to fame is that when I call, people see Bigger Rankin calling as well.
There it is.
So, you know, shout out to the OG, man. There's a lot of doors and opportunities that were presented to me because of my relationship, my affiliation to Bigger Rankin. And for me not to give him his flowers at every moment that I can, at every opportunity, every microphone that's shoved in my face, would be a disservice to me and to everything he's done for the culture.
No, respect.
Yeah.
You know, I had an opportunity to work with him as an artist and as you know, after my career as well. But when I was an artist, I saw how a lot of times Bigger would outwork the rappers. You know, and it was always amazing to me to see a guy that's considered an OG or an elder statesman work as hard as he did. I mean, this guy is in Jacksonville in the afternoon, Tampa at night, New York by the morning, and Atlanta by night. And it seems like he has a teleportation device. And I had the opportunity to, Who Gonna Check Me was the name of a single that, I'm gonna tell a quick story. Story time.
Do we have story time music?
I need some story. Stan, we need to get story time music. Hold on. So I'm signed to Push Management. Shouts out Boss, shouts out G, and Bigga comes in the studio. And I don't know if it was planned or not, but my managers, he didn't tell me. He's like, I'm just in there going off, and I have these records. He tells me that he has some records that we're going to play for Bigga to try to work out something. The funny thing was, I was in the studio just literally yelling at the mic. I was just, who gonna check me? I was just saying obnoxious things at the mic, but it had a lot of energy. And funny part about it was we had about 10 records that we were going to play for Bigger Rankin. And he was like, I don't need to hear none of that. What's that?
Yeah, what was that one?
What's that one right there that you're working on? I was like, I was literally yelling in the mic. And he's like, well, that is going to spark people's, you know,
attention. It's gonna grab them.
Exactly, and then they're gonna want to know what else you got. And I learned.
That's what I was pulling up. I wasn't being disrespectful to your show. I wanted to pull up something for Bigger Rankin.
There it is.
That's not Spotify. That's not no phony Fugazi. That's Apple Music. What my man's numbers is for the last 4 weeks.
Hey, look, come on.
That's a DJ. 127,000 streams in the last 4 weeks on Apple Music alone.
Come on, man. And so Bigga stops this session and picks that record, and literally the next day, I think I was on stage at the ATL record pool. And back then, that was so huge to me because
shout out Pete
Brown.
Yeah,
Pete Brown.
Shout out Pete Brown.
And that you know, I got to witness the amount of respect that he had in the industry, the amount of pull, of course, and just the fact that, you know, when Bigger said something, people listen, man, and the man is a workaholic, even at his age. You know, he outworks some teenagers I know. So I definitely want to give my special shouts out to Bigger Rankin, and I appreciate
After he gets dialysis 3 times a week.
Exactly.
He's still going to get up and work your ass under the table after he get dialysis 3 times a week.
Shouts out Bigger Rankin. Man.
Shout out to the GOAT, man. The living legend, Bigger Rankin. The album coming soon. Listen, if y'all don't know, I need y'all to go to Spotify right now. And everybody who's listening now, who gonna watch this bitch later, tag it, tell somebody to go to Spotify right now. Follow Bigger Rankin on Spotify. Follow Bigger Rankin on Apple. Follow Bigger Rankin on Pandora. All of those platforms. Get notified. The OG dropping. They're working on a classic. They had a writer's camp over at TIG. Shout out to Fly and the whole TIG family, man. They be showing the OG a lot of love.
I need a job, Fly, by the way.
Don't worry about it. Once we get one of these records to platinum status for OG Bigger Rankin, everybody gonna have a new job.
There it is.
One of our own is finally gonna help cross the finish line, man. And when I say one of our own, because you know, I joke with Bigger Rankin all the time, and one of the things that I said to him, one of the times that me and him, we really had a little fallout, if you will. We didn't talk to each other for a couple hours, if you will. Couple hours.
Yeah.
It's never gone longer than that. We was in Jacksonville, and we was at a Jamaican restaurant, and a DJ Khaled video had came on TV. And I looked at Bigga and I said, hey, OG, how does it feel to know that every artist that you broke is on a DJ Khaled record, you in a rental van, and that nigga in a Bentley? He told me, fuck you, King. You know, and you know, that's to say that Bigger Rankin always believed in square business. Bigger Rankin is old school. He believed in the handshake business. He was a man of his word. And he helped a lot of these guys get to the next level. And unfortunately, because he didn't know the white paper, it obstructed him from getting to the green paper. And so began one of the many lessons that all of us had to learn together on this journey with Bigga. See, that's why I say my relationship with Bigga is cemented in loyalty to each other. In the fact that I've taken losses with Bigga and I win with Bigga. And he celebrates my victories and I celebrate his, and we champion each other across the finish line, because at the end of the day, we understand what we're building. Bigga gets them in and gets them gone. Any artist that you want in the last 15 years, you name it, Bigger Rankin touched them first. Pause, no homo. They wanted to get on stage, the street and greet took them there first. Your favorite artist, Lil Baby, Moneybagg Yo, Black Youngster, you name them, go down the list. If we haven't done a mixtape for him, we've done an intro for him, we done did something in some way, shape, or form. And it's all a testament to the man's character, man, his family, everything Bigga's been about, everything he stands for, the Cool Running DJs, Team Bigger Rankin. It's a lot of careers in the South that are due to that brand.
Big time.
You know, Bigger Rankin is the only person in the industry that has a team named after him. It's Team Bigger Rankin. And there's a lot to say in that, you know what I mean? And shout out to Mika, man, God bless the dead. You know, COVID took some of our family members, DJs, and close personal family members, man. So, you know, almost losing Bigga a couple times during the COVID scare for whatever reason was awakening for everybody, for him, for us, because the show must go on. And we're not doing it for us. We're doing it for our kids and our kids' kids, and so forth and so on. And what we do right now is only going to matter to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to matter to us, because we wake up every day, whether we have it or not, we're going to make it happen because we still alive.
Shouts out OG Bigger Rankin, man. Much love, much respect always. Now, the hip-hop game has changed. It changes all the time. It's a forever, it's like a revolving door of different ways of getting things to pop and getting people's attention, and some people getting attention and retention and this, that, and the third. Now, with the game changing the way it is, being so digital, how is Kingpin still able to operate physically in the marketplace?
You know, one of the abilities that comes with determination, because determination and is a superpower. If you have it, you cannot be stopped. One of the abilities that comes with the superpower known as determination is the ability to adapt. And I think more than anything else, we've had to learn to adapt. And the same work ethic that we applied to Street Team, we applied to the digital aspect of the music industry. And within our research, again, if you will, our R&D, shout out to OG, Tony, my business partner. I am the Connect. Follow him right now.
Gang, gang.
AKA the CEO Whisperer. We've found all of the ways not to do it right. And you'd be amazed at some of the things that we've uncovered on our path to stability more than anything, because that's what we want for independent artists is, if you want a deal, cool. You have to be stable first. What do you do when you get the deal you want? Because you're going to have to know what to do with it. Buying a chain, buying a car, all of that shit could be done after you've taken care of the things that have to get taken care of in order for you to run a business. Running a record label is running a business. If you haven't collected 52 lines of metadata before you've uploaded your record, you're doing it wrong. Stop. Go to artrevsoul.com right now. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Click on audit. Let some of the people that do this shit every day for a living, let them take a look at it. Let them lift up the hood. Let them turn the engine on. Let them see what you got going on so that ultimately you can understand why you may not be gaining fans as fast as you should. Why some of your music isn't streaming fast. Some of you guys are trying to do media runs in Atlanta because you got 100,000 streams on a song, but you fail to realize that you paid for streams from Germany and Green Bay and shit. So you should be doing a world tour in France, motherfucker. You shouldn't be trying to do nothing in Atlanta. If you're the hottest motherfucker in Phoenix, what does that matter in Atlanta?
Yeah.
You got to be the baddest in your neighborhood, and it's got to build out that way. So one of the things that we had to learn with the digital world is that it has to meet. So digitally, when you release your music properly, it leaves a footprint. Me and the young brother Gate were talking about this before we came over here. I got some bad news for every artist listening right now. Your music isn't worth anything. 99 cents. That's what it's worth. Now, the information that is left behind by the people that listen to your music, that's where the money lies. Who is listening? How old are they? How long do they listen? When they listen, what do they do? Do they rewind it? Do they playlist it? How do they find it? Did they click on a link? Where did the link come from? From Instagram? What profile did it come from? How old is that person? What does that person do? What were they listening to when they... It's a fucking breadcrumb trail so that ultimately they can give you the shit that you want without you having to go look for it. It's AI, artificial intelligence. You're a victim of the matrix, right? That you can't trick the algorithm, bitch. You ain't that smart. It's 270 trillion calculations a nanosecond. You'll never be smarter than a computer. You may be able to trick a 14-year-old into believing that your song is so hot because it's got 1 million streams that he needs to listen to it. That's never happened in the history of mankind. Who are you trying to convince that you're a rapper? Me or your kids? I'm in the music industry. I can understand when you send me something, I know where to go look to see if it's legit. And if it's not, it bothers me because if you have potential and you have the ability to excel, here's why you're not. And unfortunately, it takes money to make money.
It is that. It does that. Let's talk investments, man. Let's talk the importance, because I come across a lot of artists myself, a lot of independent artists, and we just try to do what we can. And you come across those that just literally opposed to the fact of putting some money into their career. They think that because they're talented, then everything should be pretty much free.
Well, can I ask you a question, Nietzsche?
Yes, sir.
How much money should we put in, right? That's the question everybody wants to know. Kingpin, how much money does it take? Right?
As much as it takes to work.
I mean, I think Fly went online saying $250,000 is what it takes to get a song to number one. Some people want 1 million streams. You want a math lesson?
Let's do it.
All right. A simple rule of marketing says that you have to be exposed to something at least 7 times before you become familiar with it enough to test it out. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yep.
The rule of 7? So if you want 1 million streams in a song, knowing that engagement varies between 2 and 3%, that's a benchmark. It's going to have to be exposed. 1 million streams will have to be exposed to 50 million people. You're going to have to run ads to those 50 million people. So let's just say you go the Facebook route. Facebook will help you reach 1,000 people for 25 cents. So that means 50 million people is going to cost you roughly $3,100, $3,125, give or take. But you got to do that times 7. So now that $3,000 ad just turned into $21,000, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys know how much a million streams pays from Spotify? It ain't $21,000. That doesn't sound like a sound business plan, does it?
No, it doesn't.
All right, so it might as well cost you $100 million if you don't know what it is you're trying to do. I just want to drop music. That doesn't make any sense. That's a hobby. Then they have places for that. You know what I'm saying? Pull up on DJ Calvin and them over at Paradise Lounge. It's a lot of different spots that they offer opportunities for people that are going there and try to find their passion and take their careers, you know, whatever it is that they're trying to do, their hobby to the next level. But for the people that are serious about generating a revenue for this and trying to put their family in a better position and win for the team, why don't the team get y'all money together and go get a LLC? That'll be number one start for the team if you want to take the team across the finish line. And at some point in time, you're going to need a P.O. box because you're not going to want to keep putting your personal address on everything. So the more you want to dig deeper into the stability, which is what we're all after, the more responsible it forces you to become. I know artists right now that have $75,000 publishing checks waiting for them, but they too gangster to go get an ID.
Damn.
So they can't go pick up the check. And if they did go pick it up, if they managed to get some way to get it, they couldn't cash it. So, you know, at the end of the day, there is such a thing as keeping it, you know, too gangster for TV, man. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, everything that you want is online. I didn't go to school for this. You know, shout out to T-Money and AMG. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was involved in that whole Cool America situation.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody went on to become the best at what they do. And I'm not saying I'm the best at what I do. That's what y'all say. I'm just reiterating it. But everybody there, Buddha Bless This Beat, Slim, T-Money with the clubs, everybody that was involved with that situation went on to flourish because that situation opened an opportunity for us. So when our opportunity came, we seized it.
Facts.
Right? So I was able to take some guys, 18-year-old kids out of the east side of Georgia and take them all over the country for 2 years with no hit record. But then when they dropped one hit record, it spread like wildfire because they had relationships with everybody already. There was no money needed. There was no, what we got to do next? It was a record that couldn't be denied, and that was Make Some Shake, right? So it opened up a lot of opportunities for a lot of different people, man. So if you guys ain't getting out here and you're not building up a network and you're not, you know, networking with people and you're not helping people win, you're the reason that you're not winning, and you will never win.
Big gyms, big gyms. We need a big gym alert. We'll have to do that. We're gonna put that. So I got a question. Now you've been involved in a lot of different campaigns, like you said, Cool America, Lucci, tons of stuff. I mean, I've seen Kingpin pushing some of everything. Out of all the campaigns that you've been involved, which record do you feel was the biggest that you've been a part of?
I mean, fuck, bro. You know, in the most humble way possible. You know, and this is, again, because of my relationships with people like Tony Neal and Wendy Day.
That's how Tony Neal.
And Bigger Rankin and Vertigo and, you know, some of the different heads of the different DJ coalitions, El Nice and some of these other guys. You know, I've been blessed to touch, service, street team in some capacity for some of everything. Mm-hmm. You know, the ones that I love the most are the ones where my team can eat. As ironic as that may sound. I love being able to get a check and go on the road and showcase myself, but I love when I'm able to bring my team with me.
There it is.
And the campaigns where we can go to South by Southwest and where like what we did for Munster was ridiculous because I got to bring the whole squad with me. And being able to help everybody understand that nobody around me works for me. Everybody around me works for themselves. We all form like fucking Voltron.
Yeah, it is.
Like we understand the betterment of the team. I can't have a team full of quarterbacks. Who gonna catch the ball? Who gonna throw the block? Right? So everybody that's around me is a master at their craft and they're the best at what they do. And if they're not the best at what they do, then I'm willing to gamble that they will ultimately beat the best. And that becomes an infectious energy that all of us are surrounded with. And that's why you guys are winning right now. because winning isn't an action. Winning is a success doesn't happen by accident, right? You know, to win, you got to do the same shit over and over and over and over. Success is the same successful act committed again and again and again and again and again. And you guys had that energy about you. And when you take losses, you smile because you learned from it. So you won.
Exactly.
And when you win, the team eats. So everybody wins. So there's never no losses in this business. There's only lessons. Losses come when you just can't bounce back from it. And that's when, you know, people got to blow their brains out and shit like that. And you know, people, it's somebody tonight that's going to put their rent money down on their studio, on some studio time. Real nigga shit, bro. You feel me? And then they're going to drop an album tomorrow, and they're going to have their cousin work their move for them, and somebody and they're going to blame everybody but y'all. They're going to blame everybody but themselves because, oh, man, I did it the right way. My shit harder than the little baby, man. My flow more serious. I'm the one that, I'm really from Chicago. Lil Durk ain't out here living like that. And oh, shut up. Shut the fuck. Don't nobody care, man.
I got a button for that.
Come on,
we hear it a lot. So let's do the top 3 biggest records Kingpin has been a part of.
Swagger Surfing.
Ooh.
Right.
Iconic record.
Right.
Still played today.
To this day.
Beyonce did her thing.
We broke that record, South Beach. And this is like before the video camera did.
Shouts out FLY.
And we was in Miami. And Laura Mason was down there. She had something going on. And we ended up we did the Swagger Surfing shit in the middle of the street. It was one of the craziest moments ever. And that record went on to become, you know, it's still to this day is one of the biggest, you know, party records, if you will.
Exactly.
Make Some Shake only because of the opportunities that it opened for us, you know what I mean? Definitely a big record.
Cool America, AMG was handed.
Man, shout out T-Bunny, shout out to Bally, shout out to Stunt, shout out to Buddha.
I'm going to make some shake. Make some shake.
You know, I got a chance to, because of that record, I got a chance to direct, co-direct a video with Gabriel Hart, the video god. I got the chance to shoot with Todd Uno, Slick 2-3, and Gabriel Hart all on the one set. You know, I got to co-direct with those guys. I was featured in GQ magazine. I've come out in a couple documentaries and the Magic City documentary. So Make Some Shake for me personally, what it did for me was it opened a lot of doors.
Excellent.
So I definitely have to say Make Some Shake. Big records. I don't know, man. Biggest records.
You got 2 there.
Those are definitely 2 that I know off top. Like those are undeniable because I still talk to Fly and those guys to this day, man, on social media. You know what I mean? Yeah. Those guys have always been solid as a rock. Shit.
So many.
For real. I'm gonna probably say when Plies and Akon, only because of what that did for me as well, as far as like taking me to another level with access to people. Because once I walked up with the Plies and Akon record at that time, that just like was a whole different, like, how the fuck you get that?
What was the name of that song?
I see you winding.
Yeah. What was the name of that song?
You know, I wanna love her. I wanna fuck you or whatever it was, man.
Shouts out Plies and Akon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big record.
Yeah.
That's a big record.
I mean, for me, you know what I mean? Like listen, man, we've blessed records. Working with Bigga, I've been able to bless records from Kevin Gates and Gucci Mane, Yo Gotti. We dropped Cocaine Music 5. I dropped that from the projects in Tampa, my boxers. And that bitch trended all over the world.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Like 431 Days, the mixtape with Trouble. That's the mixtape that gave Bigger Rankin the top 5 mixtape of the year. That was the last year they did the mixtape ratings. You know what I mean? So like all of the Cocaine musics. Like I just literally a video of me standing on a street corner in Miami with a bullhorn screaming out, I got free bags of cocaine for the hustlers. We had Yo Gotti's Cocaine Music CD and sandwich baggies.
Wow. Like
we was giving out dope. So it's like I've been blessed to be a part of a lot of campaigns and to be a blessed of a lot of movements. You know, shout out to Rick Ross and shout out to Waka Flocka. I mean, it's just I've been so blessed, man. Shout out to Wendy Day. Wendy Day has sent me some of the biggest records that I could have ever imagined.
Shouts out Wendy Day.
Touching.
I need to be formally introduced to her next time.
Oh, no, I got you,
I
man.
need the
Listen,
introduction.
I just, shout out to Wendy Day and her
Hi,
team.
Wendy. Hi, Michi.
I was over there at, they called me today. Today must be my lucky day. Because I've been not dodging them, but life was just hectic for me over the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And scheduling issues didn't allow me to make it over there, which was cool. Then Wendy and her team went out of the country. Then they came back. So I was like, fuck it, let's do the interview today. So today I was on my way to do my first podcast interview ever. Shout out to Wendy and her team, Shauna, Larry, and everybody over there, man. Those people are amazing. I got the phone call to come do the interview with y'all, and it's just, I'll tell you this much, man. I'm humble because I understand what it is to lose everything that you love in pursuit of what you love. You know, and
Let's talk about sacrifices, brother.
you know, I lost a marriage behind this shit. I lost, my other relationship with my kid's mother. I almost lost my relationship with my two youngest kids. I lost my relationship with my oldest daughter. I've squandered a fortune 100 times over. Like I've seen a motherfucker spend $1 million in 3 months in the clubs. I've seen it. I've touched it. I've watched it happen. I've been a part of some goofy shit, and then gone home and not been able to pay rent.
Damn.
I done stood in the club and watched a motherfucker take my whole month's pay and order bottles and pour it on their watches. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then get back in the car and be like, oh yeah, I'm finna take care of you tomorrow, dog. Like, oh, bitch, tomorrow's Christmas, bro. What the fuck? What am I supposed to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, people don't understand that aspect of it. You know what I mean? People don't, when a motherfucker asks you what a street team costs, Kingpin, how much does it cost to get your team to come out? Nigga, like a Cadillac. How many days you want them out there? What is a person working, you think it's just putting staples in a motherfucking poster? Is that easy? At the end of the day, man, it's trial and error for a lot of people. And one of the things that we've been able to been blessed with, man, is the opportunity to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And not have people judge us for them, man. So if it wouldn't be for a guy named Chill, $1 Million Man in Florida, y'all would have never, ever heard who I am today.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. So I got a question, and I'm going to pick your brain because I think you're one of the best persons to ask this question. If I'm an artist, and, I save my PPP money and my SBA money up. Be real. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? We say the PPP money, the SBA, and we got these taxes coming in January, February time frame. What is the best option for me to push a record and how?
Goals. Are you asking me what it's going to take your team over the finish line? Are you asking me what it's going to take for your team to win the first game of the season and then ultimately on the way to a championship? What are we doing? Are we playing? Is it an exhibition game? Is this a sparring match? Goals. There is no one right way to push a record. $250,000. That's what they say. Do the math with me. Let's say, and we're not talking about paying nobody no money because that's illegal. So, let's say.
Hold on, let me do this. Go ahead.
Let's put a realistic goal behind it, and all y'all and people watching or whatever, they can chime in too. How many cities does your music, in your mind, do you think your music needs to be playing in order for you to be a successful artist? Let's start with a basic question. 5 cities, 10 cities, 20 cities, 50 cities, 100. But keep in mind, this got to come from somewhere, all right? So let me pause for a moment to give y'all a little context. Back in the days when an artist recorded a record, somebody had to take that recording and they had to make cassettes and they had to make CDs and they had to make vinyl. And they had to press this product. So if your shit shipped gold, you had to have the money to press 500,000 units and then ship them out and then wait for the money to come back to recoup. Okay? So I need you to understand that process has not been eliminated. It's just been redistributed. Okay? So just to give you guys an idea. So now, let me ask you guys a question again. And I need all of you guys, the longer it takes y'all to answer this, the longer it takes to break this shit down. How many cities, in order for you to be successful, people listening, watching, how many cities, in order for you to be successful, should your music be playing in? Give me a number.
Let's say 10.
10 cities. You go through 10 cities, get your bookings and everything else. Now, let's say you're from Atlanta.
Exactly.
So those 10 cities could be like, I don't know, Charlotte, Chattanooga, Augusta, Birmingham, 2-3 hours away. You got to drive there. How many people you taking with you? Just you by yourself?
Shit.
Let's just say you're taking 3 other people with you. 4 other people, the driver, security guard, your assistant, you and your DJ or whoever the fuck, the Easter Bunny. You ain't got no cameraman. So yeah, we'll say 5 people with the cameraman. Because somebody got to record the movie too, right? What y'all paying the cameraman every week? Hold on. And the driver, his only job is to drive y'all there and back safe. So it don't matter if y'all get done at the end of the night and got to drive back. He wasn't in the club drinking and getting high and shit. He expected to drive, right?
Exactly.
So 9 times out of 10, since he ain't smoking and drinking, he probably going to be the person that got the pistol. So that means he's going to be the security guard.
Facts.
So how much are you going to pay your security guard to protect and drive? And your cameraman? Just give me a number.
Say 150. Let's say we do 150 a day.
Okay. Each one?
Yeah.
Okay, so 300.
Exactly.
10 cities. Can't be in 10 places at one time.
Nope.
So we got to go to 10 cities. We're going to go there back to back. Our music got to be playing in 10 cities consistently. Because if the rule of 7 is anything right, then that means we got to go back 7 times. So just for security and DJs, we had $2,100 a city. Times 10 cities is $21,000 just for security and your cameraman. Are you fucking with my pimping?
Come on.
I'm not giving you guys anything that's you can't pull out a pencil and write this shit down and follow with me. What is it worth to you? You want to do it right now. You don't want to do it right. Requiring you to do it right would be requiring a game plan. What are we playing for? Are we playing to win the game? Are we playing for positioning? Are we playing for ranking? Are we playing for stats? What are we playing for? Are we playing for the championship? Because all the game plans are different. Yeah. Because you pull out different plays for different scenarios based on the value of each game, right?
Can't just be out there just shooting.
So, hey man, I've been saving up my PPP money, man. What's the best way to push a record? Out the motherfucking way, because you ain't got enough money. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. You don't need it right now. You need it over time. Over time to do what? What is your fucking goal? One record is going to change the world? One?
That's what some people think.
You're not Adele. You're not Adele. I was, and I'm not hating by no way, shape, or form. I was on Twitter the day that Soulja Boy dropped his album. He was going through it with everybody. He pinned his album post to the top of his profile. That man got 5.7 million Twitter followers. My man had 55 reposts.
Damn.
I can't get 55 reposts, so that was a blessing. But for 5.7 million followers, and my man can't get but 55 reposts. It doesn't matter. You got to put your shit in a position to win. You can't tell me he don't got the money to push it. He went and beefed with Trouble and beefed with everybody in the motherfucking world from midnight to 8 in the morning. My man had 55 retweets. Because people weren't there for the music, they was there for the drama, because I don't give a fuck what you say on the records. That's the reality of it. The reality of it is that if you're not providing the entertainment, then you are the entertainment. So act accordingly, clown.
And that's that, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and piss on nobody's parade. You don't, unless you know what it is that you're trying to push and how you're going to push it, you don't know how much you need. What's a good start? A good start is $100 if that's all you got. $5 if that's all you got. An internet connection, a cell phone bill. What does it cost you to get a cell phone? That's what is a good place to start. So however much money it costs you to get a cell phone and get a cell phone plan with unlimited data or access to Wi-Fi where you could daily go sit at the McDonald's, at the cafe and shit like that, whatever that takes, that's how much money is a good place to get started. If you have $50,000 and you don't know what you're gonna do with it, you might as well have no $1,000 because you're gonna give it to somebody that you've seen taking a picture next to 3 logos and 2 assholes.
Yep.
Because they tell you they can make it happen for you. And all they're gonna do is work a digital play for you. where they're going to tell somebody, hey, man, this is what I need you to get done for me, because they're not being distrustful. They're giving you what you're paying for. You're just not in a position to reap the benefits of that service. Me and you, it's the holiday season. We want to play Madden.
There it is.
So what do? We go to the store when we want to play Madden. We buy a brand new PlayStation 5.
There it is.
We get back to the motherfucking house. We open it up. There's no Madden in this motherfucker. Fuck. We gotta go back to the store and get Madden. We go back to the store and get Madden. Boom, we buy Madden. Get back to the house, throw Madden in. Update. There's no internet connection. Fuck. All right, let me call Xfinity right fast. Get this motherfucking bill paid up. Get it all squared away. Boom. They work the move, flip the switch. Now you got internet connection. Okay, bet. Where the other remote control at?
Damn.
It only come with one in the box. Fuck, now we gotta go back to the store. Get back to the store, buy the other remote control, get back home, trying to connect to the internet. What it want? It wants your gamer tag. Gotta pay for a subscription. The lady at Walmart that sold you the shit every single time you went back and didn't tell you what you needed, she wasn't trying to fuck you, bro. She sold you exactly what the fuck you wanted in the order you fucking wanted it, because you came in there with the money to pay for it. She didn't tell you, hey, bitch, if you and Big Man want to play, y'all gonna need 2 remote controls, the game, and Wi-Fi, motherfucker. Y'all gonna need some type of, y'all got a TV at home? And that's the problem with the music business, that most people think they're starting from a place that they're not, and they imagine how the music business works. Well, my cure to that is I tell all of my clients, imagine in one hand and shit in the other and tell me which one fills up faster. What you think about this business means nothing about how it really operates. Mm-hmm. And the sooner you can understand that it operates from zero emotion, because the algorithm doesn't know that Tekashi 6ix9ine was a snitch. It just know people listen to it. So it suggested for people to listen to it because people were listening to it. It's the reality of it. You know what I mean? So,
gems. Big gems. You can stay here all day.
Small budget, no problem. No budget, big problem.
Hey, man, before we get out of here, man, please let us know what's on the horizon, what's next, what's new, what could we be looking out for when it comes to Kingpin.
ArtRevSoul.com is always what's hot, what's popping, what's new. We're working with a couple different labels right now, a couple different artists. Be on the lookout for Gaten. We got like 4 projects I think we're going to drop back to back, a slew of videos. Shout out to Barlito, shout out to Lily and Rio, shout out to El Key, shout out to Moolah Da Vinci, shout out to Neat Got It. Shout out to the whole Don't Fold Entertainment family, Mac Ben with it, Easy Long Way. Shout out to Waka Flocka, shout out to Kato, shout out to, man, the list is long, man, because our list of active clients is amazing. These guys have remained consistent, and they're all showing amazing growth, and they've all bought into the campaign. And, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I can only remain successful if I make successful artists. So Bigga told me a long time ago, I'm in the king crowning business. So the only way I stay in business is to keep crowning kings and queens. So shout out to all the male and female artists that we work with, writers, producers, and different persons in the industry, man. Without you guys, our company wouldn't exist, man. So, damn, I've been flicked a piece of the blunt everywhere. So shout out to ArtRevSoul.com. Visit ArtRevSoul.com. Scroll down to the bottom, get your free audit. We're also working with a company that we just locked in a new deal with called Direct to DJ.
Oh.
And we're going to change the way that you interact and reach out to DJs. So we're going to give people unprecedented access to some of the most influential DJs in the country. So people that are program directors and music directors in some of the most influential markets in the country. You guys will be able to reach out to them with no middleman, no fees, no hidden bullshit, like straight connect direct to the people. So Direct to DJ, be on the lookout for that. And shit, man, listen, y'all gonna get tired of seeing me here.
There it is.
I'm pulling up on y'all.
Let's go.
Y'all on the south.
Come on, man. Come on.
Side.
Man. Come on, man.
Shout out DJ such and such. That's my brother from another right there.
Might as well be Rap Juggernaut Studios, man. Come on.
Man, listen,
You
as
home.
big as this motherfucker is.
Hey, don't tell him too much. Don't tell him too much. We just running a little operation over here, man. We just running a little operation, you know.
What fucked me up is when I pulled up, I seen all the golf carts charging outside. I said, what the fuck they got? Oh, yeah, you got to, we had to charge those up today. You got to use those to ride around the compound. So, listen, Please make sure that y'all, before y'all come to the Ugly Money Studios, that y'all stretch, because y'all gonna be doing some walk or wear some comfortable shoes. This motherfucker is huge, man. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you, brother.
You know, fuck the young black businessmen. Fuck all that extra shit. Young businessmen.
There it is.
Shout out to young moguls that wake up every day and do it on behalf of the culture, for the culture, with the people that have helped influence the culture, man. You guys are to be celebrated as well, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Real
Shout
talk.
out to y'all.
There it is, man. Let them know to follow you at so we can get up out of here.
Rap Juggernaut, RAPJU. Well, just fucking, man. RAPJ. I should be the number one on all platforms.
There it is. And you can follow me at Ugly Money Nietzsche. That's Ugly Money Niche. And remember, the bigger the dream, the bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast with Kingpin.
Get your fucking business together first, bitch.